Yeah, awesome. Welcome, everyone. I'm excited to welcome you all to the fourth and the last AMA of the GitLab Innovation Pitch Competition. Your submissions are due, by the way, by Monday, February 26, 2024. I always make mistakes of saying 2023 sometimes, so I have to double check that I'm saying 2024. At 11:45 p.m. PST, I think that is around 8 a.m. the next day CET UTC. So making sure you get the time right in case you are not based in the US is very important. Now, if you are not familiar with this competition, we are running an innovation contest on DevPost, gitlab.devpost.com, and giving away up to $30,000 in prizes for the innovation pitch and proof of concept on GitLab. Your projects can expand our global CI/CD components or do AI experiments on GitLab with or on GitLab. It can be both. Contribute to the development of GitLab itself or contribute to social impact for our community. Once again, you can check out gitlab.devpost.com for all the details. Now, to today's AMA. Now, for the AMAs, we've normally been doing just a conversation with the community, talk about different things. I think we've talked about how to come up with an idea, how to structure your pitch, and other sessions. Now, this one is a little different. I wanted to do something more special, something more spicy. And so we are going to be running a sample live pitch, and you will see a live pitch and feedback being given. It's a demo, by the way. It's not a real idea. It's a fictitious moonshot idea that we are going to be presenting. Now, Fatima will propose, for the presentation, Fatima will propose a pitch for 2.5 minutes. And our amazing judges, we have Cesar, we have Edward, and we have another judge joining soon. And they will give feedback and criticize constructive criticisms of the pitch. Now, they will also ask Fatima questions. You, the community, can also ask questions, and we hope this will help you in refining and finalizing your submissions at the end of the day. Now, let's go to introductions. I'll allow the judges to introduce themselves. First, Cesar.
Can you hear me all? Can you hear me?
Yep.
Yes. Hello, everyone. My name is Cesar Saavedra. I'm a senior developer advocate with GitLab. I've been in IT about 33 years in different roles. I have worked for small and large corporations, for example, Red Hat, IBM, Oracle, BEA Systems, Lucent Technologies, and AT&T Bell Labs. I started my career as a developer, and then after that I became a consultant, then pre-sales engineer, then I did some competitive work, then eventually becoming a technical product marketer, and now a developer advocate. So I hold BS and a Master of Science in Computer Science, as well as an MBA. So Edward, I'll pass it on to you.
Thanks. Hi, I'm Edward, he, him. I'm in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania in the United States, and I'm a technical writer, currently doing some contract work for GitLab and helping the contributor success team. Been a technical writer for about 8 years and in customer-facing things for about 25 years. Who am I passing it to?
Yeah.
Anyone?
Nicholas hasn't joined yet. Okay, Nicholas is here. Awesome. Welcome.
Hi, I'm
Nicholas?
Nicholas. I'm part of the core team since 1 year, and as work I'm working as a developer and started contributing to GitLab about 2 years ago, 2.5 maybe. So yeah, nothing more special about me.
Awesome. Being a GitLab core team member, it's something special. Definitely. It's mind-blowing. Now, you see, we have a lot of experience on the panel. That's, if my math is correct, almost 60 years experience between all three of them, which is a lot. So Fatima, prepare yourself. We are going to be bringing all the 60 years of experience to bear on your pitch.
I found out yesterday about Cesar's MBA and I was like, oh no. Yeah.
So awesome. A disclaimer, this sample pitch AMA session is designed as educational material to be supportive in your preparing your presentation, to help you refine your pitching skills and prepare more effectively for your pitch competition. The sample pitch, judges, and participation in this session are not intended solely for learning purposes. Nothing will influence the final competition at the end of the day. Okay, awesome. Fatima, prepare. It's time for your presentation.
All right, we're ready to go. So this is going to be 2.5 minutes. It is a sample pitch for a project that I call Merge Collab Live. Hi, my name is Fatima, and this is a sample submission for the GitLab Innovation Pitch Competition called Merge Collab Live. So in today's digital landscape, remote dev teams have become increasingly common. According to Turing, 86% of engineers work entirely remote in 2024, compared to 19% before the pandemic. And with the significant shift towards remote work, the way that teams collaborate, especially in software development, has fundamentally changed. I want you to meet Sarah. Sarah is a software engineer who has recently joined the fully remote and global developer team at Candyland Corporation. As a part of a fully remote team for the first time, Sarah is faced with the challenge of learning and growing as a developer while engaging with the rest of her team completely online. And one of the things that has been most difficult for Sarah is navigating merge request feedback. Historically, when she worked in an office, she could sit next to her technical lead and they could go over the merge request code together. But now she has to navigate a sea of comments and a lot of back and forth that happens asynchronously, all on her computer. And sometimes that review can take a few days. Sometimes it's not always clear what the technical lead is looking for in an implementation. So all of that can be really stressful for someone just starting out. My solution to these challenges is Merge Collab Live. It will allow you to have real-time video calls within your merge request directly. And so it'll bring face-to-face interactions to remote code reviews. Merge Collab Live will integrate into GitLab's UI and become available whenever you and your teammate are reviewing the same merge request. So with just one click, team members can initiate a video call within a merge request and enable synchronous review sessions without ever having to leave GitLab or their browser tab. Merge Collab Live will integrate into GitLab's UI, use OAuth for secure authentication, and leverage Jitsi Meet, which is an open source video conferencing platform for the video calls and to integrate into the merge request. We also have a Merge Collab Live service module that will handle the real-time communication. So with just Merge Collab Live, Sarah can jump into a code review with her technical lead with just the click of a button, enabling real-time learning. And code reviews with Merge Collab Live will enhance your team's understanding of your project's code base. It'll speed up decision-making around code, and it'll enable your entire project team to deliver software faster. Merge Collab Live, enhancing collaboration, empowering connection.
Awesome. That's a very swift and very powerful presentation. Now, without waiting too much time, let's proceed to our judges for the Q&A sessions. Awesome.
Good. I can go first, if you don't mind. Fatima, I really liked the way you set up the problem statement. I think that was very clear. I'm curious about, how did you go about identifying the problem? I mean, does this really solve a real problem for GitLab users?
I think when you're coming into GitLab as a junior developer, so the persona that I'm really focusing on, it can be very overwhelming to handle the UI and to handle that when you're historically used to an environment in Office where people sit together and pair program. And so I'm really targeting those users that are new to remote work and new to development to help them get started.
So I noticed also that in your slide deck, there was a project name. So is this project more than just a repository? Does it solve a use case for existing users or impact the wider community? How does it do that?
Right now, it's just an idea. I haven't actually built the system up yet.
Okay, very good.
Edward, you're muted.
Fatima, it's Edward. Thanks for sharing that. And wanted to ask you about what I see. Jitsi Meet is also a cloud service. Is that something that has to be integrated into, say, if I'm self-hosting GitLab?
I believe so, yes. I haven't really worked out all of the technical details, but we could use the GitLab API to integrate Jitsi Meet into the platform. Maybe it could be on an opt-in basis for self-hosted users. Something to be determined.
So anyone with any like GitLab or enterprise, or anyone with any kind of GitLab anywhere, maybe?
Yes, maybe.
Oh, thank you.
In your example, you have had an all remote company. So all remote companies usually or can have team members in different time zones where you can't communicate synchronously. So this solution wouldn't help them like you could like the asynchronous comments on the merge request. Do you have anything in mind how these companies could be supported?
Yeah, so I think with fully remote companies that work across different time zones, you can put in the comments asynchronously, but maybe there's somebody in the junior developers time zone that can then go over the comments with them using Merge Collab Live and kind of walk them through, the context behind the comment and how those suggestions help move that ticket or that project forward.
Yeah.
That might
Thanks.
require some calendar communication, though.
Yeah.
Okay, awesome. I think we can proceed to the next questions. Edward?
Sorry, I heard my name, but I didn't hear the part before.
Any other questions?
Any other question?
Yeah. So it sounds like a nice way to get people together. Again, if you can figure out the remote and async stuff, which I think is important in remote work. I kind of just wonder what makes it easier? Like, what are we just overcomplicating something that exists already?
That's a fair point. I know that a lot of video conferencing exists already. I think the real value in something that exists on the merge request in the browser is that you don't have to leave that environment, so you don't lose the context of what you're doing. So you're having, a form of communication that people already know how to use, given that they've been using Zoom for a few years now. But you're having it within the context of the work that you're doing. And I think that's really where this product is valuable.
Cool. I have one more. I'm just looking up Jitsi's terms of service and things. I'm trying to find a license. Do you know if their license is compatible with GitLab's mission?
I have not checked whether the Jitsi license is compatible with GitLab's mission and terms of use. That's something I would need to follow up on.
Cool, thank you.
So Fatima, when you presented your case or you deliver your pitch, you didn't talk too much about scalability of your solution. So how do you foresee this scaling, not just on the technical perspective or aspect, but also scaling, the number of users and the number of regions around the world and all that?
In terms of the technical aspect, I think there are a lot of ways to enhance performance on the web through like progressive web apps or setting up the video call feature with existing solutions like Jitsi Meet. In terms of customer base, I assumed that that was something that if this feature is going on GitLab, like it will be sent out to the existing GitLab customer base. So that was my assumption about growing the solution.
Got it. So what do you foresee the total addressable market of your proposal?
GitLab users.
Around the world?
I-
Okay, so do
yeah.
you have a number? I mean,
Do I have a number?
is it in dollar amounts? I mean, is it just,
No,
yeah, okay. got it.
I don't currently have a number. Should I have a number for the submission?
Yeah, I think when you're presenting your proposal, I think it'd be useful to have not just besides scalability, talk about what the market share is for the solution and how like for example, Edward talked about other possible existing solutions in the market. Would you be capturing that right away from them? And how is that going to translate to increasing the number of users of GitLab, for example? I think if you can present the value of that market in dollars and also maybe or the number of users or developers that you might we may gain with your proposal, that'd be great.
That's good feedback. Thank you. That's definitely something that I would have to think about. What the market opportunity is, and then what kinds of users I'll be able to target, and what that'll look like. You said in dollar amounts.
And also with dollar amounts, Edward again, sorry. Not to hark on this, but I'm looking at the GitLab Duo, and I kind of just want to ask it to write me a CI script that does this for me. Like, what do you feel like the results of? So the result of the contest is GitLab gives you a bunch of money to go with this idea. What are you going to do with it? Like, what's left to develop that actually, like, why, I guess is the, what are you going to do with the money, and where is that going in terms of development?
I think it's tough to integrate seamless video collaboration in a platform with a code base as large as GitLab. So I think a lot of the development efforts will go into the integration there, as well as the OAuth authentication. I know that GitLab has a lot of big customers that are concerned about their security. So those are things that we'll consider if we win the competition. And in terms of using a CI script to do like a video call on a review app, it's still taking you away from the platform. So GitLab, I've read that GitLab considers itself the DevOps platform, and you can get everything done across the platform. And I feel like this would be Merge Collab Live would be a value add to that sort of public PR, because it's another thing that you can do on the platform that you don't have to leave the platform for.
Right. People always talk about, the time that it takes to switch contexts when you're developing or, working on an application. If you stay within GitLab to do even this, that would be, I think, a good value add. Yeah.
Do you have any general feedback for me as I go back to iterate and refine my proposal? My sample proposal?
Yes. So in general, I mean, first of all, I want to thank you, Fatima, for the pitch and your presentation. I see a lot of potential in it. However, I recommend you spend more time developing areas that are important to the criteria of this competition. For example, we would love to see a working proof of concept, which is actually required. If you can spend some time developing the total addressable market, that'd be great, and the potential impact opportunity that your solution will have within GitLab and the market that it serves. And also, I think it's important to if you're gonna, for example, take a market share away from other vendors, other competing vendors, that would be interesting to find out, how that's going to happen, how you envision that happening. As far as scalability, I think which is also a criterion of this contest. You need to talk about not just cover the technical scalability, but also talk about which is related to the total addressable market. The opportunity growth in the customer base, and revenue, and also operations, and how you plan to handle that. And this is also what was missing. And since you didn't give a working demo of your idea, you will need this when you come back to be able to fulfill the overall quality criterion of the contest. Edward, do you have any feedback?
No, I think those cover it. I think you did a great job presenting it so that we understand what it is. But that's not what we'd be judging you on, right?
Awesome. Thank you very much to the judges, and also to the listeners. You've learned quite a lot today, and I especially learned from the dollars. Almost anything you're going to be talking about, there should be dollars mentioned. I remember sometimes back in school, we were being asked to translate the meaning of words in Arabic. I was asked 5 words. I didn't know any of them, but the moment they mentioned Nukud, yeah, I know, it's called money. So awesome. I think we are at the end of this presentation, and let's look at the chat to see if there are any questions in the chat. Okay, for now we don't have any questions in the chat. Awesome. And if you have any questions about the pitch, or you want to give general feedback, you can always drop your comments in Discord. I think the Discord channel is Fatima, can you remind me?
Yeah, you can always drop any questions in the contribute channel. If you drop them in general, we'll see them as well. But contribute is really where a lot of the pitch competition questions and answers are happening. Reminder that your submissions are due at the end of Monday or on Tuesday morning, depending on what time zone you're in. We're looking forward to seeing your submissions. We hope you enjoyed this mock Devo pitch. Thank you, Cesar, Edward, and Nicholas, for being very understanding judges last minute. I know we threw this together very quickly. I had a bit of a ridiculous pitch, but I really did appreciate hearing all of the feedback and kind of sharing those questions so that our community can think a little more deeply about the market opportunity of their submissions so that they can hopefully win some prizes. So yeah, thank you everyone for joining us. Thank you, Abubakar, for hosting. And we're looking forward to seeing your submissions.